again. So today we're going to go over the results of your static postural assessment and your functional. We'll start with the static. What I found was that your right scapular wings just a little bit. So what that means is that your shoulder blade is just come like out a little bit rather than flat along your back. So we have 3 corrective exercises for you to do. I will tell them to you now, and then I'll move over and I'll demonstrate them to you. These are great to do at the beginning of your program to kind of get your body aware of how it's moving and what it's doing, and to help it address that issue. So our first exercise is a serratus wall slide. This is going to keep the shoulder blade flat against your back and keep the shoulder from like impinging and get that into the correct position. We're also going to do a scap push-up. This also can be done on our knees on all fours. This is going to put your scap in the correct position, and it's going to be a great warm-up to help that the muscles and that area sit correctly, to prime and get ready for the next movement, which will take us to a strengthening movement to help strengthen those muscles to sit it in the correct position. Awesome, thanks. We'll move over that away and I'll demonstrate them to you.
Yeah, thank you.
The first diagram I will show you is of the skeleton. So this is what we're talking about here, and the muscles that go along the rib cage. Strengthening them are going to help that stay flat and help keep that shoulder blade scooped back and down. We're going to strengthen that and around there. Cool. And then secondly, this is just a diagram to show us how we should be moving, sitting, standing, rather than...
Oh, like this?
What are you doing right now? So we want to keep that spine nice and neutral as we're moving throughout our day-to-day. Cool. Rather than rounding that spine. Awesome. Okay, so our first movement is the wall slide. So we're going to use a foam roller for this. You're going to have arms starting at a 90 degree. You're going to slightly round the shoulder blades forward, and then you're going to probably start at about your wrists, rounding, and then you're just going to drive those arms up and then back down. Cool. Would you like to have a go?
I'm rolling a bit tricky me out.
It's like slippery.
No, all the dots.
Oh.
Medication. Tiny bit. Backwise today.
Good. Showing great control.
Can I just do one more?
Yeah, absolutely.
90 degrees. Round.
Good position. Nice. So it's going to help us find that control in that area. Next, we have we have our scap push-up. So to start, I would get you to do it on all fours, just so you can really focus on the movement. How about the way, buddy?
Are you going to do that? Give me your bed. Give me your bed. Good boy.
We're going to have a nice neutral spine on our back, and I'm just going to get you to relax into your shoulder blades together, and then you're going to pull them apart. Keeping those shoulders away from your ears. I don't want you to come up like that. You just stay neutral in that position. Just moving nice and slowly so you can really focus on the control. And then
Do I need to rotate my elbows?
no, let's keep those pointing. Good spine position.
Was that a single move to that?
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
but you're bending over.
Great work.
Yeah. Knees going down.
Exactly. So that
Yeah, you can rest there.
knees open.
Awesome. Lastly, we're going to add a little... You're going to lie with your belly flat on the bench. Can't even breathe. going to just bring your arms up into a Y shape and then back down, and you can use load, and they will just go up and down. This is going to load those muscles and create strength.
Yeah.
I'm going to go without load.
Yeah, try without first. I'm glad I made that decision. Perfect. Yay! So there are 3 exercises that I'd like you to focus on.
Before doing the
yeah,
program? Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
and then we'll be in touch for the full program.
Yeah. Thank you.
So moving on to our functional assessment results, nothing really showed up in any of your movements. You showed great form, mobility, everything like that. So I haven't needed to give you any corrective strategies per se, as no abnormalities were found. We discussed the scapular winging during your static postural assessment. This wasn't visible during your functional assessment, which means you showed scapular control, moving dynamically. Due to this and your goals around your shoulder health and hitting a new 1RM, we're going to apply some strategies that aren't corrective strategies, but are going to apply some strategies, not in a corrective sense, but with some structural care and mobility, because we are doing a program that is going to introduce load and volume. So that way we're going to be protecting that scapular winging that's happening there. I don't have exactly an unsuitable movement for you to not do, as you don't have any outstanding abnormalities, but I would suggest that with the program that I'm going to give you, that we do stick to it and avoid overuse of those pressing muscles.
Yeah, okay.
So push-ups, presses, unless they're in your program. So kind of stick to what I give you. Otherwise, because we are going for such a big number and wanting to hit a 1RM, we want to make sure that we're not overusing those muscles, as that can lead to injury per se. So that makes sense. We don't want to address and we don't want to create any more issues. So I'll just demonstrate some movements that could overdo it.
Use those pressing muscles.
Yeah, using those muscles. These 1.25s are not heavy, but any excessive overhead pressing movements at heavy weights are going to create fatigue and can increase injury. Any push-ups with extra weight on, if you wanted to use a weight vest or something, I'll probably avoid that. And any like dips. Still pressing, isn't it? You can do a dip like this, or even on rings or anything like that, as I know you do CrossFit and rings are involved.
That makes sense. Thanks, Lois.
You're welcome.